Magandang araw kompanyeros, kompanyeras. Ako nga pala si Adele and welcome to my YouTube channel, Dog in the Courtroom. Our vlog for today is about lawyering and dressing up. How important is it for a lawyer to get dressed to the T, to dress to kill when he goes to court? You know, one of the hardest things in the transition from being a non-lawyer to a lawyer is the drastic change in a person's character. Especially, in my case, my way of dressing. Because prior to becoming a lawyer, I don't care much about what I wear. I used to write, and writers are not known to really spend on their personal appearance and what they wear. Usually, maong lang at t-shirt, okay na, talo-talo na. And my jeans were usually ripped and faded, while my shirt would often carry pictures of my favorite rock bands, some of them obscene. But after passing the bar, I realized, well, goodbye to my rocking days. It's about time that I change and to embrace what I have become. So from then on, it became my philosophy to at least wear my brand and be the lawyer that I wanted myself to be, in order for people to take me seriously and as a way of showing my respect to this profession. So what are the reasons why I believe in dressing up when I go to court? The first reason is dressing up is my way to wear my brand. When you become a lawyer, let's face it, you carry some pride, some sense of swagger after becoming a lawyer, which I think is a healthy attitude for as long as you don't overdo it. As long as you don't throw your weight around, it's okay to feel important because after all, you earned it. You went through so much sacrifices, so much struggles to pass the bar, which is the toughest licensure examination in the Philippines, maybe in the whole world. So, since you have gone through all those trials, you have climbed your Mount Everest, you earned the right to wear your own brand, to announce, not necessarily with words, that you are a lawyer and what job you are doing is important and people should take notice. Again, this is not being boastful, or this is not throwing your weight around, but it is just your way of letting people see you differently, to take you seriously, and to project your own brand as a lawyer. So dressing up is really important. The second reason is you want to exude confidence and professionalism. When you dress up, I personally feel that it makes me special. When I'm dressed to the T and ready to go to court, I feel like it gives me some boost of confidence in my capability, in my preparedness to handle a case. And at the same time, I also think that by dressing up, I'm able to exude professionalism, to let people know that, hey, this is a lawyer and this guy takes his job seriously, he pays his dues, he does his homework, and who goes to court well prepared. That alone gives me a sense of confidence and security that I can handle the challenge, I am up to the task. This particular court appearance is going to be a very successful one. That alone is enough for me to calm my nerves, the usual edginess that goes with preparing for trial. Being dressed up properly gives you a boost of confidence. The third reason is I use my clothes as an equalizer. You know, not all of us are blessed with good looks. Me, I admittedly, I'm not one of those who are fortunate on that regard. I'm also not tall. I don't see myself someone who is physically attractive. Let's face it, I've long lived with that fact. But getting dressed up somehow could make up for those deficiencies. Clothes are equalizers. Kung mas maganda naman yung damit ko kaysa doon sa abogado sa kabila, mas gwapo siya, mas matalino siya, mas matangkad siya, at least mas maganda yung damit ko. Kahit doon man lang nanalo ka, if you feel that you are at a disadvantage in some ways, then getting dressed and looking good will somehow make up for those disadvantages and give you some confidence that these clothes, what I'm wearing, enhances and emphasizes my good points and makes me look good, makes me look serious, makes me look professional, so that at the end of the day, I could be equal to anybody else who carries the title of being a lawyer, regardless of our status, our reputation, the way we look. My fourth reason is obvious. On the economic side, dressing up helps you increase your market value. Well, when you are well dressed, it's your way of subliminally telling a potential client that, hey, I'm professional, I'm very good at my job, so you have to pay the price for the kind of services that you expect from a lawyer. Well, I don't know if there is a better way for me to say it, but that's how it is precisely. If you are sloppy in your dressing and in your mannerisms and in your habits, I don't think a client would pay so much to get your services if he or she would actually get your services at all. So the first time that I ever meet a client, I really dress up. I make it a point to look presentable, to look good. So the worst thing that could happen is you coming to a meeting dressed up in very casual clothes to find your client looking like the lawyer instead of you. So it seems that rather than you telling your client that you deserve a lawyer like me, you make your client entertain the question of, do I deserve this kind of lawyer? So that alone, that first meeting alone, will not bring good luck to you. It would be a disaster. So to be safe, I always meet my client, especially if I'm meeting them for the first time, well dressed. Meron kasing, first impression is lasting. It's so true, even in whatever profession you are engaged in. Unless you are really close to the person or he knows you and he is completely impressed with your credentials, please try to make a good impression by dressing up and being prepared for that meeting. My last reason, this is very personal to me, when I dress up for a court hearing, is I take it as a challenge to myself to do well. This is ridiculous. When I wear my let's say my suit, I imagine myself transforming from Bruce Wayne to Batman, complete with the cape and the mask and all the gadgets, the whole caboodle. So when you transform from mortal to superhero, there is a huge challenge to live up to. The challenge that you take head on when you decided to become a lawyer and put yourself into court. Kaya kung para sa akin yung pagsusuot ko ng let's say suit, it partakes of the significance of the knight putting on his armor to go to the battle to the death, or a superhero, like I've said, who wears his costume and starts doing the impossible. Pagka ganun kasi ang mentality ko, it works for me. I feel that if I wear clothes this good, clothes this expensive, if I spend so much money on it, I have no excuse to mess up. Imagine, kaganda-ganda ng damit mo, tapos pagdating mo sa court, sosyong-isyong. Diba? You know what I'm saying? So, those are the 5 reasons why I believe in dressing up whenever a lawyer goes to court. Again, the first one is to wear your brand well. The second one is to exude confidence and professionalism. The third reason is to use clothes as my equalizer. The fourth one is to increase my market value. And the fifth one is to challenge myself to do my job well. So, ladies and gentlemen, pañeros, pañeras, present, future, past, that wraps up our vlog for today. I hope you make it a habit to like and share and comment. And of course, to always check out my blog, my YouTube channel, Dog in the Courtroom. It's about writing and the writer, lawyering and the lawyer. It's about the dog in the courtroom. Salamat po!